Have you ever begun to change your relationship with alcohol and then have a little bit of panic because you think, uh-oh, I miss it? Tension of wanting to let go, but also wanting to hang on. And if that's you, I just want to normalize that right now because what we're talking about here is a real relationship with alcohol. And like most relationships, when you make a change, it's uncomfortable and it's new and it's different. Desire changes through repetition. We've talked about that neuro pathway. We've talked about there literally being a neuro pathway, a brain highway, like your mind getting an upgrade. It's like getting an update. Awesome. You listen to a podcast. You're here listening to this video or at this workshop. Awesome. You're getting a mindset upgrade. You're getting a software update. But your brain, unless you have physical, tangible practice loop, is going to find it very hard to maintain what your mind wants to do if your brain is hardwired for drinking. And that's why desire can change through repetition. The brain wires through repetition. What fires together, wires together, right? We've heard that quote before. It's absolutely true when you're practicing alcohol-free living or sober-mindedness. And I will say this, consistency beats intensity every time. Consistency beats intensity. When I said earlier, this is more like a marathon than a sprint. Intensity is just like it sounds, a 100-meter dash. It's a sprint. It's a just willpower, all gas, no brake. You're not really thinking big picture. You're just like, ah. Whereas consistency is, what's the next right thing? How can I stay connected today? What act of self-care can I perform that will make me feel rewarded without regret? Direction matters more than speed. You can be going at breakneck speed in the wrong direction and it will take you nowhere you want to go. Or you can consistently plod along because life is lifey and it takes a daily choice to keep showing up, to show up for yourself, certainly to show up for others. And that's where you win it. That's where you win. And I think the 21-day reset challenge works. Again, many of you listening to me have taken it, are taking it, or considering taking it. And what we do is we really break down where it takes about 21 days to break or change a habit. That means we're starting to really rewire your brain to look at alcohol differently. Because again, it's not really about alcohol, it's our attachment to alcohol and the value we give it and what we think it's giving us. When you begin to really look at that, your mind is going to change because you're going to learn new things about alcohol and make you go, oh, I didn't know it was a carcinogen. Whoops, I didn't know it was toxic. Oh man, I didn't know that it was so addictive that it literally creates a thirst for itself. Once you begin to know these things, your mindset is changing. But the reset is great because it gives you a different way of looking at alcohol. And then we continue on with AFL and just staying connected in our community because then we actually give you time to create that repetition with all the support you need because it's never about perfection. In fact, if you slip up or fall down, no worries. It's all valuable feedback. Like we say in our tribe, there is no such thing as a setback unless you deem it as such. But if you say, you know what, that was a slip up. Okay, use it to your advantage and use it as valuable feedback. If you slip, you don't have to slide. And back when I was drinking, if I was going to be perfect and I'm not drinking tonight, I'm never drinking again. How many of y'all have woken up with a hangover so bad? Yes, I see some hands out there who I have done it definitely a handful or two of times where I'm like, that's it. I can't. I'm never drinking again. I feel ill. I feel like I've literally poisoned myself. And yeah, give me 3 or 4 days back then and starting to get out of my system. The cravings were at an all-time high about day 4. Alcohol's out, craving extra high because your body is like, maybe she's really going to do this. And those cravings were hit really hard. It takes about 7 to 10 days to get alcohol and its effects physiologically speaking, out of your body. That's why women, if you're out there and you're listening to me and you're like, I just drink on the weekends. Well, again, that's your choice. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. But if you're just binging on the weekends or really overdoing it on a Friday and Saturday night, you're still in the detox to retox loop. You just have a 4-day gap. Some of us were in the detox to retox loop every day. Some of you are nightly drinkers, and maybe it's 1 glass, 2 glass, a bottle, or two. It doesn't really matter the amount, it does to a point, but it's less about what you're drinking and when you're drinking. It's about the value you're assigning to drinking when you're doing it and what it's doing in your body. So we're focused here not on perfection, but on repetition and practice. So again, you're creating a new identity, you're creating a new attachment to all kinds of scenarios, and you're showing up for yourself. So kudos to you. Keep going and growing, as I always say. All right, ladies. Well, thanks for being here, and we'll check you next time. Bye.